And we are live. Welcome into the Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast morning show for Thursday, November 17th, 2022. I'm your host, X-Pat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleman Gaming. How you doing, Burley? Good morning to you.
Good morning, or good evening to you.
Well,
for me, I'm just tired. I stayed up a little too late last night, and then because my body, I don't need an alarm to wake up. I naturally wake up early, and I hate it.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling the price, but you know what? It's my last working day this week, and then I'm on vacation. So it's like, let's just get this.
You. I wish it was my last day of the week. Well, tomorrow's my last day of the week, and then I wish I was on vacation. But oh well. Mm-hmm. But I mean, out here we get more vacation time than you guys do.
Well,
I mean, it's funny. It's funny, like in Japan, they say it's like, everybody in the world thinks that Japan works like 360 days a year, but that's not true. I mean, there's like one or two national holidays almost every month here.
I was gonna say, you guys get so many holidays from from talking to you and doing this. Been doing the podcast with you. Realize how much more holidays you get, and you're like, oh, you got to have one soon. And it's like, next month.
Yeah, our next big one's next month for winter break. When the schools are out and stuff. But anyway, so I heard you finished a game today. What was that?
Yes, I finished Sonic Frontiers last night. Yes, good old Sega. And I will be recording footage for the extra take very soon. So you'll get my real thoughts there. But I'm glad I finished it, and I'm glad I did pick the game up and stream it. Just have a lot of fun. And I know you're just having fun spamming Sega. And for those of you, if you play it on hard mode, like I did through the whole game, I hope you like twin stick shooters.
Hey, what do you have against twin stick shooters?
Nothing. I suck at them though.
I love twin stick shooters. They're like my favorite genre. I mean, yeah. I mean, from the PS4 era, of course, Resogun was one of my favorite games. Yeah, love that game. Yeah, Housemarque. I mean, they were amazing for twin stick shooters. But then they started getting into different stuff like Returnal.
Hey, they did a great job with Returnal.
Yeah. So, but I hope at some point they go back to twin stick shooters.
I'm sure they'll do. I'm sure they'll do like a thing is after a big game like Returnal, you do a smaller game, twin stick shooter, and then like have a small team work on that, and more of your people majority working on something bigger.
Right. So we got a great show for you. We're going to be talking God of War, Sony Santa Monica. What are they up to next? We're going to talk about that. Xbox. Of course, I've got my Xbox hat on tonight because we got a lot of Xbox stuff to talk about in this edition of the morning show. The streaming-only console, they just, it wasn't going to work because they thought it was going to be too expensive. We're going to talk about that. And then Uncle Phil Spencer, he was confident in the decision of Starfield being delayed. We're going to talk about that, as well as the second batch of November Game Pass games for Xbox Game Pass. So we're going to be getting to that. Burley, get the controller ready for the drone. We didn't fly it in yesterday's edition of the morning show, so we need to get it ready and get it up in the air again. So right after the drone flight, we will be right back for the first story. So stay tuned.
Launching drone.
All right, Burley. Sony's God of War Studio. Sony Santa Monica has a lot of different things in the works. Do you think that's true? Or are they working on the third God of War game?
Well,
spoilers. No spoilers. We haven't finished God of War Ragnarok, but I mean,
I haven't even
think it's possible? Yeah.
Well, they've already said this was supposed to be a trilogy, but with Ragnarok, when they were developing, they finished. They could do the trilogy instead of 3 games, 2 games.
I don't believe that. I do not believe that. Especially this game is so popular, and it's probably going to win Game of the Year. Whether or not Elden Ring wins it or not, that's another story, and we're going to be talking about that on the weekend part of the episode of the podcast. But I think they're gonna definitely make a third game, just like with Horizon Forbidden West was the second game. Horizon, there's gonna be a Horizon 3 for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, come on, there's got to be a God of War Ragnarok 3.
Come on, really, Horizon Call of the Mountain is not the third game for you?
No, please, no.
Well,
no.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Not in VR. Come on.
No!
How about the Horizon Silence game where you play only as Silence?
That would be DLC. Yeah, come on. Yeah,
you'd buy it.
Of course, but I mean, it can't be like a regular full game. I think it would just be DLC. But what do you think, Burley? I mean, what other games or what other projects do you think Sony Santa Monica could be working on now? And for all of you video viewers, I'm going to put the link to the story below here so you can see that. What do you think, Burley?
So, the thing is, Sony Santa Monica, their normal in-house development, they've really only done God of Wars. They also did like Kinetica, back on the PS2, some racing game.
Yeah,
but they have helped out with external development and stuff of a bunch of different games like Fat Princess, and some of the Twisted Metal games on the PS2.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe try their hand at Twisted Metal.
Or like something like Ho-Ho come again or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like this thing, like they've done so many different little games they've helped out with. And it's like I'm interested to see what they'll do. Like they've done such a great job with God of War. Let's see what they do. Yeah.
I can't get over. It's got to be God of War 3. I mean, they said. I mean, Sony Santa Monica Studios has like over 200 employees, right? And of course, most of them were working on Ragnarok. But I mean, you figure if a game is in the very beginning, early stages, you don't have to have most of the studio working on it. You might have like a skeleton crew coming up with the, pre-production and like some of the story aspects of the game. So you can have some of the other bigger parts of the crew working on something like the Twisted Metal or whatever other projects they might be working on. But I think as time goes on, then more of those people are going to move over to God of War 3. So I don't know. I can't get over the fact that there's going to have to be a third game. I really do. I mean, with the money they're making off of this and what PlayStation's going to be making off of this, to not make a third game is kind of, not good business sense, I think. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, they're going to make another God of War. I don't know how this one ends. I haven't even played this one, so no spoilers. But
I'm only in the early stages, so yeah.
God of War is not dead. They will make another game. It's just I think they might, after Ragnarok, they may take time, do something smaller, do another little project, see how that goes, but still have a team working on the next God of War.
Yeah, we shall see. I mean, God of War Ragnarok, it's amazing. It's a great game. And for all of you out there that haven't had a chance to play it yet, like Burley, because, Amazon screwed up his order.
Well,
I mean,
in defense, Amazon
Yeah.
didn't screw up the order. The problem is Amazon didn't get the copies they were promised. Instead of just, outright telling everyone of that here in Canada that, hey, that you pre-ordered the collector's edition, yours isn't shipped because we didn't get the copies we're expected. They're on delay and all that. And especially with the problems we talked about the collector's edition people were having.
Yeah.
Instead of, being forefront on it, they just do, oh, it's coming. It's coming. The old thing, the check is in the mail. Yet, like me and others, they've charged our credit cards and been like, oh, it's going to ship sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, when?
Yeah.
It's gonna ship sometime.
Yeah.
I need
So,
more
yeah,
than
but
that
anyway.
since you charge me.
Yeah. So anyway, but interesting times ahead, and it'll be exciting to see what Sony Santa Monica has up their sleeve, for their next project. We'll probably hear something next year on that, maybe. All right. So next up, let's get to Xbox, and let's talk about that streaming-only console that was supposed to come out, the Project Keystone. We're going to talk about that right after this, so stay tuned. All right, Xbox puts its streaming-only console on hold due to high costs. So this is the article from IGN. You can go and check that out. So yeah, they were hoping, Burley, that this Project Keystone would fall between $99 and $129. Yeah.
Mhm.
Even though that they would take a hit, because like on all of the consoles, the Series S and the Series X are taking hits off of the sales on each and every console that's sold.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was more expensive than they wanted it to be, because of the hardware and everything, internally on it. So yeah, so they decided to put it in the back burner, put it on the back burner, I should say. What are your thoughts on this?
That's sad that they just aren't releasing it. Like, I understand the cost thing, but like, man, if you could have got this at $99 US, this thing would sell like hotcakes, because you could just have it that, boom, a little box, you plug it in, boom, I can do cloud.
Yeah.
I know so many people that just play games through the cloud, and it's like, oh, just a Game Pass box. Great.
Uh-huh.
They would sell, like, this thing would just be selling so fast.
And from this image, look at the size of this thing, man. It just looks like a little, set box, like my Stream Deck that's on my desk here. It doesn't look any bigger than that. I mean, yeah.
It's gonna say it looks like the length of a Raspberry Pi, but with a bigger casing.
Yeah,
you have on a Raspberry Pi.
A thicker casing, yeah.
So, which is like, which is perfect. Like, this is a perfect sizing. I'm hoping they can find a way and maybe get this thing out. Like, even though they, like you said, they're taking a loss on hardware already.
Yeah.
Honestly, it might be worth it for good economics to get this thing out, because you get more people on your into Game Pass and giving you on that subscription every month.
Yeah, well, it seems like Phil Spencer said they decided to focus on the delivering a smart TV streaming app instead. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, yeah, of course, the Series S is $299 US. The Series X is $499 US. And of course, there have been reports, and even Phil Spencer himself was saying that most likely the prices are going to be going up, because of inflation and everything else. But we don't know exactly when that's going to be. But yeah, prices will be going up. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, where Xbox has really doubled down on their initiative to bring gaming everywhere, available and accessible anywhere. I think that's a cool thing. But unfortunately for this, they just couldn't come to, a good enough pricing for them to think that, this would be sustainable. So hopefully, like you said, hopefully they can, in the near future. Yeah.
Hopefully they can, because the app, I get it. Apps do work good, but it's like, I have, like, my TV is a smart TV, because you can't buy non-smart TVs.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'd rather have this other than an app, because the problem is like, with these apps, like, if you don't update it, or if the TV doesn't push the update, or a bad update, it screws with it.
Yeah.
It's like, I've had that in the past. This was years ago with one of my TVs, where it screwed with the Netflix. an app update, and I had to spend a half hour troubleshooting just to get Netflix working on there because of a stupid update that got pushed. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, anyway, maybe we'll see this in the future in Project Keystone. But anyway. All right, next up, we're going to talk Phil Spencer and his comments. Obviously, he was confident in the decision that they made to delay Starfield. We're going to be talking about that right after this, so stay tuned. All right, so Starfield being delayed, so they were confident, especially Phil Spencer, in the decision that was made. So I'll give you guys all of you that are watching here on YouTube, the video on the video version here, the link to IGN, so you can go and check it out there. So he was speaking to The Verge recently, and he said that releasing a game too early is a mistake the company has made before, and especially as Starfield is the first Bethesda game to be released as an Xbox exclusive. He wanted the developers to feel supported by their new publisher. Quote, "We have experience shipping games too early," end quote, Spencer said. Quote, "But in hindsight," and Burley, I know you just want to jump out there. Halo.
What? I've never been like...
Anyway, so Spencer said, quote, "But in hindsight, when you look at a game like Starfield, which has taken so long and so much investment in new IP from the team, the decision to give the team the time to build the game that they feel they should be building is just the right thing to do," end quote. So he continued, quote, "Starfield and Redfall, which are our first big Xbox games with Bethesda owner ZeniMax coming into the team, I just wanted to make sure those teams felt they had the support they could get from Xbox. Maybe feel some of the benefit of being part of a larger organization that has other revenue streams and other things going on that could be helpful." So Burley, I expect this game's probably going to come out around summertime next year. I'm really happy that they decided to do this, because just think if the game would have come out and it would have been like Cyberpunk. Oh my goodness! I mean, the whole gaming media and everybody on the internet would be all over Xbox. Especially after all the hard work they've put in to get into the goodwill and good graces of a lot of gamers out there. Even though they haven't had a chance to get many first-party IP out this year, I still think that doing this was the right thing, and it's going to pay off. Your thoughts?
Oh yeah, it's definitely the right thing to do, because even though this game is coming into Game Pass, and that's how I'm going to play it, it does not give this game like a free pass if it comes out as a buggy mess. As you said, you mentioned it, Halo Infinite. That was, even though that came out in Game Pass and is like, we're a live service, so we're missing all this stuff. I didn't give it a free pass. I was very critical and hard, and I would be the same thing if Starfield had launched when it was originally supposed to, and it came in a buggy state and it was not ready. I'd be ripping in a new one, because it's like, no, you need to release this game right.
It's kind of like they had to delay this game. I mean, this game is, I think, so massive in scale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're gonna have and they said in dialogues over 250, like 250,000 dialogue choices in this game. That along with all of the different planets. This is basically going to be like a AAA No Man's Sky. In a Bethesda type of way. I mean, I could see myself playing this game almost all the way until the holiday season if it comes out in early summer. I mean, as my main game of the year, basically. I don't know, but so I think they had to delay this game, and it'll be interesting going into next year if it's delayed even again. There'll be an uproar if it is, but if they have to do it, they have to do it, and just get it done and get it right. You know.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm all for it. Take as long as you need. If you need longer, take it, because you launch bad, it sours the taste.
Yep, that's right.
And the thing is, it's not like a small indie like No Man's Sky, where it's a little more forgivable compared to Bethesda, that's a giant gaming beast.
Yeah.
Especially if you got Microsoft's backing. I bet you Microsoft is like, we cannot have another launch like Infinite where it launches, it's not having what we want, not what we promised and all that, and people start coming down on us. We need to have this come out with what we've been promising in the marketing and in all the trailers. So take all the time you need, get this one to us when it's ready. Like if it's not ready next year, it's not ready next year. I'm okay waiting till 2024 or 2025 to play this.
I don't think it's going to be that long. I do expect it to come out next year. I mean, if they do delay it, I mean, bring it out in November. I mean, you know, if it takes that long. But
I don't think it'll take that long. But I'm just more being, you know, just waiting things out, and just, you never know.
Well, I mean, next year is going to be huge for Xbox, nonetheless. I mean, you know, Hellblade 2 is going to probably be coming out at some point next year, maybe late next year. You know, Redfall, like we just mentioned, is going to come out. You know, a lot of big AAA games are going to be coming next year. So there's not going to be the argument, well, the Xbox doesn't have any IP, you know, AAA first-party IP that's coming out yet. You know, they're going to be coming out, and they're going to be pumping them out like every other month from next year, I think. So, yeah. And Starfield is going to be the biggest one, I think. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Excited indeed, Burley. Excited indeed. Yes. And hope to see it, you know, early next year. Maybe I'd say early summer, I hope.
Well, I was going to say, I think, didn't they say it's coming by like summer?
Well, they were talking about quarter 2, maybe. But I think early summer. You know, it'd be perfect. I mean, to get it out right at the beginning of the summer, and, you know, people will be playing this all summer long. I mean, this will be the summer game maybe of next year. Who knows? Yeah, but we hope so. All right. So next up, we're going to be talking about the second batch of November Game Pass games that are coming out. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to that now. Let's jump to it. So, Burley, what games are coming in the second half of November? So for all of you video viewers here, we have the image here of these games. So run them off for us, Burley.
Well, you had Pentiment that just came out, as well as Somerville. Those are all coming to cloud, console, and PC. But you've got Dune Spice Wars coming to PC. It's a game preview, November 17th.
Yeah, I really wished that would come to console, but I guess it's not ready for console yet. So,
yeah, you got Ghost Lore, another PC game preview coming today, November 17th. Lapin coming to cloud, console, and PC, November 17th.
Yeah,
it's another day one on Game Pass. We got Norco coming to cloud and console today. So a lot of stuff coming today. Gunrave Gore coming to cloud, console, and PC November 22nd. And it's also a day one on Game Pass.
Nice.
Insurgency Sandstorm coming cloud and console November 29th. Soccer Story cloud, console, and PC November 29th. And Warhammer 40K Darktide PC only coming November 30th, day one with PC Game Pass.
Yeah, Darktide looks good, man. Yeah, I really want to try Insurgency though, because Insurgency's been on PC for a while, but now it's coming to console, so I want to try it on console and see how it runs. But yeah, I've heard some things about that. I'm looking forward to playing it. So, how about you, Burley? Which is the one that you're looking forward to the most on this list?
I'll probably, honestly, Warhammer.
Okay.
Be the one I'm probably looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
But I would definitely check out like Lapin and Gunrave. Those are ones I'll definitely check out.
Yeah. And for all of you PC gamers, try Dune Spice Wars. I'm sure it's going to be great. So good stuff. Yeah. So those are the games. The second batch of November games for Game Pass. Yeah, it's that's what's so cool about Game Pass, Burley, is the fact that we get like 2 big batches every month now. It's like the first batch at the very beginning of the month, and then the second half of the month we get the second batch. So yeah, lots. I mean, there's so many games on it. It's like I can't catch up to them. You know?
Oh God, no. Well, this is the whole thing: is just try when you can and try games. That's what I do love with Game Pass, is just trying games instead of me going out spending full price or on these games and being like, is this something I'm gonna like? No, I can try it and see and play, test an hour. If in a 1 hour session, especially with cloud, I love it with cloud. Of I can sit, play for 1 hour. Okay, was it something I enjoyed? Nah. Did I have fun?
Right.
And if I had fun, we'll continue more. If not, I played an hour. I at least tested it. It makes my subscription for that month worth it. And you do that a few different times with different games, you easily get what you paid for Game Pass.
Right. So let us know in the comments what games that you might be trying out on Game Pass if you're a Game Pass subscriber. Also, let us know in the comments what you think about what Sony Santa Monica could be having up their sleeve and coming out with next after God of War Ragnarok. What are they going to be working on? And how do you feel about Starfield being delayed into next year or beyond? Let us know in the comments what you think about that. And of course, the Project Keystone. Are you kind of bummed that that's not coming? Let us know. Let us know in the comments. And of course, if you're new to the channel here on the Arena Productions, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and the notification bell for when we drop a new episode of the morning show, as well as all of our other content here on the Arena Productions. And of course, this coming weekend on the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast, our weekly podcast that we do in audio and video format, we're going to be talking about the Game Awards. And of course, our topic of the show will be, is it going to be Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok to win Game of the Year? Because those are the only two obvious.
I can't wait to tell you my answer.
Yeah, because there's only of the nominees, and we're going to talk about the nominees again during the show, during the podcast, but of those nominees, come on, there's only 2 real choices, that have a possibility of winning. It's either Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok. Okay. So let us know. Yeah, the others don't have a chance. I'm just gonna say right now. I'm just gonna say right now. It's either. Not saying that I wish that those other games had a chance to win. I'm just saying. You have to think. Realistically here. These people. It's either going to be, Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok. So. Anyway, and we'll talk about that on the podcast. We'll be looking forward to that. So Burley, what are you going to be playing today?
Well, today I'm not actually going to be doing much gaming. Actually, I'm preparing for Pokemon, and I got to get my last of my stuff for the stream on Friday because it'll be going. Yep. All that Pikachu. Yeah. And Pokemon. Yeah, tomorrow is the big day. Yeah, Pokemon. Of course, Scarlet and Violet are released, and I'm thinking this weekend of heading over to my local electronics store, Yodobashi, out here in Japan, and maybe doing some YouTube Shorts videos on the big lines and the queues that will be, waiting for. You have to do
waiting for to get their copies of either Scarlet or Violet. So yeah, I might do that. So we shall see. But anyway. All right, I think that's going to do it for this edition of the morning show. So, of course, you can watch it in video on demand. Of course, the edited version will be in the playlist for the Arena Gaming News Morning Show. Of course, and the live version will also be in the live section. You can check it out there as well. So, of course, we are on Monday through Friday, of course. So 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Out in the UK, 11:30 a.m. And of course, out here in Japan and in Asia in the evening around 8:30 p.m. So be sure to check us out. All right. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley Burlerman Gaming. We hope to catch you tomorrow, the Friday edition of the morning show. Yeah. So our Pokemon edition
Yes.
of the morning show. So we hope to catch you tomorrow. So everybody have a great day. So take care, everyone. Peace
Take care, everyone.
out.